Hi everyone, apologies for the poor videoing here, but the notorious problems with the Volvo D5 belts squealing, I just thought I would show you something. So this is a fairly recent belt that has come off. Let me just show you. So you see some wear on the side of it. So I'm not too sure which way around I had it, but I have a corresponding mark on the edge of the tensioner. Again, apologies for this quality of this video. So this is the tensioner here, and you can see on the right hand side the belt is not running there. The belt is only running on the right hand side of that pulley. But the interesting thing is the alignments of these pulleys so you can see or can you see? So the pulley, well, we don't know what is to the right and what is to the left, but where the belt has been running on the tensioner black wheel there is to, and I have a squealing belt, by the way, a new belt that is squealing. So the little free running dolly wheel on the tensioner and where the belt sits on that tensioner is to the right of the pulley below it. So the pulley below is driving the air conditioning, I believe. Now, the pulley dolly wheel, the tensioner, it has no grooves on it, it has no V's on it. So the belt is free to run on there wherever it wants. So what is making the belt moving that position? And I can only think that the biggest part of this system is the pulley on the end of the crank. And I believe that the pulley on the end of the crank is not in the same plane as the alternator and the aircon pulley. So I think, so out of the four, we have two in one plane and two in another plane. So I think that the alternator and aircon pulley are in one plane that is closer to the outside of the car. And I believe that the crank and the tensioner are in a different plane, which are closer to the engine than the outside. Now, if we disregard the tensioner, because it's not really doing a lateral position of the belt, if we just think of the 3 pulleys that we have then, if you disregard the tensioner, you've got the crank, and then you got the alternator and the aircon pulley. So I believe that the crank is about 1 groove closer to the engine than the alternator and the aircon pulley. Now, this is not the original alternator, so okay, you can have mistakes with getting the wrong alternator, but the aircon pulley has never been touched, and obviously the crank pulley has never been touched. So the position of the crank pulley is stock, factory, and the position of the aircon pulley is stock. And I don't think they're in line. Because if they were in line, there would be nothing holding the belt out of line. So the belt is, as you can see from the wear on the belt, and the corresponding wear on the, you see the left hand side of the pulley, so I'm not an experienced mechanic, but you don't need to be. There is something out of line here. You have the wear on the dolly wheel, on the tensioner, you have the wear on the belt. These engines are renowned for having a belt issue. I think it is known, I haven't found it on the internet explaining saying categorically what the issue is. But what you find happens is that you can put a new belt on, you can put a new alternator on, you can put a new tensioner on, but the problems come back. Everything you can rule out, the problems come back. So there is something fundamentally wrong here. If I ever solve it and it is not this issue, then I will of course post another video, or I'll put it in the title of this video. I'm not too sure how to measure these things. I'm quite good at measuring things, but I would not know how to measure whether these are in line or not. So yeah, so there we go. Another interesting YouTube video.